Hello and welcome to this video. I hope you are all well. It's not a video, it's a live stream. Get it right, Jake. Ian and Ashley, hope you're well. I'm not bad, I'm just really tired. Looking forward to the weekend. It's been a busy week. Doing a little bit of the old childcare, looking after my little one. And it's really dawning on me on how much he changed and how much he moved. But it's been an interesting week this week, hasn't it? Especially today, with the whole thing with Pierce Charles. Now, when you look at Pierce Charles, you know there's a good player there. You know there's a talent there. Liverpool are apparently keeping tabs on him. If one of the clubs. Now, I know it's going to sound controversial, but if his brother was worth 10 million, surely you can get 10 million for Pierce Charles. I like him to stay, but I don't know what. I'd like to know what you guys think about that one. What you guys think about Pierce Charles? Is he going to get any kind of like situation where he's going to get played next season? Because I think he will. I think he's looking like he's destined to be our #1 next season. But I have this funny feeling when they're going to try and cash in on him while they can. And it's one of those interesting ones. Ian and Daniel, how are you, mate? I hope you're well. The part of me that goes, if we can get a replacement for him, then great. But I'd like to see him go through the ranks. The beautiful thing about this one, for once, Sheffield Wednesday have done the right thing and tied him down to a long contract. And that's the thing. We tied him down to a long contract, something we never do. Use him or sell him. But that's the thing. You can't say use him or sell him because we're going to probably use him next season. You either go, you're going to be in our first team next season, and you keep him for that. Or in January, if someone comes in with a bid, you sell him and you hope you can put towards it. I really think it's a case of where, do people see him as the next 13 keeper? Well, I do. And the thing is, you're saying use him. What's the point of having James Beadle here if we got and he can't play at the minute? He got a broken finger. He did what Hamer did. At least the #1 next season, they need to sit him down and tell him now. Yep, I agree. If we get the right money for him, I'd take it. It's that thing we've not done for years. Would like to see. I'd like to say we put a big deal on it, but we also have a situation where in the actual deal, you go, hey, there's a percentage back. And Ian even put man, how you doing? Ian and Barry as well, mate. You kind of like make sure there's a sell-on fee. So if someone sells him, it'd be great. Too many flaws in Charles' game for into first team. For another 2 seasons, I'd say. 2 seasons, yeah, but in 2 seasons' time, they'll be out of contract and they'll go for free. Yeet be. In 2 seasons' time, it'll go to free. You got to play him now. You've either got to play him now and let him go out on loan in January and be the 13 keeper next season, or the thing is, mistakes happen. He's 19. The only way you fix mistakes is playing. Like, I remember Sunderland playing their 19-year-old keeper in League One and Championship, and he went on to be amazing. He's a really good keeper. And the thing is, we are quite good at making keeper talents, but we're not quite good at keeping them. Let me rephrase that. I think that's the thing. We have to make sure the deal's right for us. We can't have it where the deal gets us screwed over. At the moment in time, with how we get applauded for his national team, especially in papers, the fact that someone like Liverpool and co are looking at him doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Man City are looking at him. I don't think we should have got rid of Bailey. Yeah, but Bailey Peacock foul wasn't ours, Yeet B. You're saying I don't think we should have got rid of Bailey. Bailey wasn't ours. We didn't own Bailey. Bailey was a loan. We own Pierce. Pierce is ours. Bailey wasn't our player. So we couldn't, shouldn't have got rid of Bailey. Bailey wasn't hard to get rid of in the first place. That's the difference. Bailey would have cost money to bring in. And maybe he would have been right. But Bailey wasn't ours. Bailey's a similar thing to what we've done with Beadle. We got to loan him from a promising keeper to see what he does. You got to remember, if a keeper's ours, you go for it. Like, there have been, people saying, Jack was one about saying if Beadle was up for sale, would you go and get him? I don't know. I generally don't know. I'd rather try and sink some of the money into making Charles better and trying to get him as a first teamer. It brings up that interesting debate with Wednesday players, Wednesday fans and players. What do you do? Because for the longest time, we have been a club that has never, ever been able to do it. How about a player swap? Anyone Liverpool you take? Oh God, a swap. Harvey Elliott, if we could. I know if Steve was here, there's one he likes. Mental health checking also. Why is that button not working? It should do. Oh, hang on. I need to reset it. The thing is, the fact that they're being looked at, we should be really grateful. It shows we're doing a really good job in what we're doing. That's the thing. We have to do. All they talk about keeping me think of how is Dawson getting on. Dawson is doing okay at Rotherham. He finally got into being the 13 keeper. It took him a while to get in their squad. But the problem is they are not doing very well in the league. They are 18th. A lot of fans like him. Ian and Dannington, hope you well, mate. A lot of the fans like him. They like what he can play. But he played, let's have a look. He played bit games. Sometimes he plays, sometimes he doesn't. It gone back to being Phillips in net. And the thing is, that kind of annoys me because I think he's just been dropped for the sake of it. Like versus Cheltenham, they dropped him because they lost 3-1. It's an interesting one. Ian, hope your family are okay. I think we should keep him, make him our number one next season. Beadle is only on loan. If we let him go, then we need another keeper. We'll need another keeper in needless. Even if you keep Charles, I still think you're probably going to have to get another keeper in. Because I don't see you keeping Hamer. And evening, Andrew. We're all good. Finally getting rid of the cold. And next week's my busy week because it's all my kids' birthdays in 1 week. So it's not going to be fun. And I say all, it makes me sound like I've got loads. I've got 2. But yeah, it's what I was saying. Even if we keep him, we are going to have to get another keeper. I still think keeper is a section of our team that's going to need to be looked at in the summer. Whatever happened. 24 people in, 9 likes up people. 8 was a 7, but now my brother cookie. Oh, very nice. Look, we've had a very, very simple fry up for our tea tonight. Couldn't be hard to do anything else. Weather's absolutely horrible, and I don't like it. And the thing is, the other thing you've got is that you look at what's going on at the minute with the club. It's sounding like we've got a lot of things lined up in a one way for January. They'll all be loaned. I can't see any of the stuff in January being permanent. It's very rare you do that unless there's a deal for a player who's got 6 months left and they're willing to let him go before people start sniffing and you want him there and now. I think January window can be very interesting because it's all going to depend on where we are in the league. Where we are in the league is going to help it. Because I think last season, we had so many people we were trying to go talk to and speak to about coming to the club. And they just see where we are. And they'd just be like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Sod that. Can't be bothered. And that's something you have to realize that's going to happen. That is like 100% going to happen. Now, where we are in the league and what we did last season will help. Granted, I know last season was last season. We need to put a bit of the path behind us. Like, it's interesting, and I hate to use the old cliche that Arsene Wenger used to use. But Danny turned around and said how Chalobah's like a new signing. And it will because they've not used him. They've not used him. Like, this weekend, what would your midfield be? Like, I play it as Ingleson and Charles. I generally play Ingleson and Charles in there. And I think Ingleson deserves to have a chance. We haven't seen much of him. When I have seen him, he's strong, he's physical. Probably the kind of player you want to play against Preston. Preston are not in good fettle at the minute. And it's going to be an interesting week because next week we got, and I finally got the week right. Last week I messed it up. We got Blackburn on Tuesday, and then we got Oxford on Saturday. Double game week. Double game weeks are always fun because it shows you where your team is and how you're doing. Ian and Danny, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. And then we've got another week of training, and then it's the Christmas running period. Oh my God, that's how close we are to Christmas. Jesus Christ. But yeah, we got to try and make sure we pick the right team. Make sure they train well. Make sure they are not taking any shortcuts. The one thing I noticed from Danny from last season, he seems to be doing better with the injury, touch wood, sorting out the injury does. I agree Ingleson had done okay for us when he'd come in. Ingleson is either great or shite. I play him and hope he has a good one. I think for Ingleson, he's one of those annoying things. I think he's a player that needs a run of games consistently in. And unless Bannon's going to get dropped, I don't see it. Because Shea Charles is the one you play there. And Shea only gets dropped if he's got a bit of tiredness. And you might see that in, say, the Barnsley, bloody hell, Blackburn game. And the thing is, I think Ingleson's done well when he played. I think what Ingleson does that both Barry and Shea don't have at times is a little bit of his strength. Shea's shown it, and Barry, less strength, more tenaciousness with Barry. He's more of a player that will get at players and do those little bitty tackles. Good evening, mate. I hope you're well. He's get carried away. Only 5. The thing is, I think the whole 5 points off the top 6, I think you take it as a big compliment and you use it as a platform as something to aim for if we can. But trying to stay in mid-table, I think, is where you try and do for now and then build. You try and get that comfortable cushion away from the other half because we are stupidly inconsistent. We're either really good or really bad. It's one or the other. There's no second limit. Like, I'm expecting tomorrow game, the crowd to be really flat. I'm expecting not many people to go. It's on Guy. It's going to be pissing it down. If you haven't got a season ticket, 42 quid a ticket. So I'm expecting it to be really flat, which Danny said he wants it to be a lot better at home. But I think the reason why it's so good away, people like a good away day. People like a good away day. They like it for the ticket, for the priority points. And it helped. But we are flat at home. And I think that goes down to being a little bit of crowd and stuff. Our home form needs to really get going. Bloody hell, Glenn, you're like my uncle, consistently polarising football. It's nice to see Glenn positive for a change. It's nice. But I think he gets it. Like say, like build a cushion for... Yeah, I think that thing. I think if you build a cushion for the top half and just start picking up points away from that relegation zone, get a little bit more interesting. You might be able to push on and get maybe the extra 2 players as impact players to come on and give you that push into the playoffs. Correct, if we got playoff from where we were last season, that's a cracking season. But then you've got to try and go one better if you don't go up by it. I think it's a tough act. 27 people watching, 12 get the likes up, people. I much appreciate it. But it shows you how good a job Danny and his team have done so far. So far, they have done an amazing job. We've got 25 points. I think last season it was like 9, if that. And it's ridiculous how far we come. And it's like, you get 25 points, you're halfway there to getting that 50-point total. And there's so many games so far we have played that we've probably thrown away the chance to be even higher. Like, generally, we've thrown chances to be higher than we should be. And does it annoy me? Yeah, of course it does. Top half finish this season? Maybe. I'm going for mid-table. I'm going for mid-table, and then whatever happens after that is a bonus kind of thing. If you can get mid-table this season and then see what happens. If anything higher than that, yeah, I add a bonus. What would you thought of on loaning out Pitcher for the rest of the season, John? I think it's what we should do. I think it's something we should do. But I also think if you're going to do that and loan Charles out, you need to get another academy lad on the bench, which we've been doing recently. So you probably just shove another academy lad on the bench, and they've got Hamer and Beadle. I think it's something we should 100% do. Keeper, again, is another one of those positions we are a little bit short in. Like, if you look at games we've been in, right? Luton Town, we were unlucky with decisions. QPR, we dominated but didn't take anything from it. So the 3 points there, you're thinking we should have had. Burnley, we were okay, but they were more clinical. Swansea, you gutted about. You would wanted to see more. You would have liked to see a lot more in that game. Watford was just a shit show. Norwich were much better. Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, it was 1 goal in it, and that was all it was. Cardiff, again, another one where you look at it and you go, we played really well and we just can't finish our dinner. I still think Danny will leave us for Southampton, and we'll keep Chris. If he goes, he goes, mate. But whoever gets him, they're going to have to pay him. He's in contract. They're going to have to pay us to get him out of the contract. And the thing is, if he does go to Southampton, there's nothing that says Chris will stay. Chris might go with him. He's part of his backroom staff. He might turn around and say, I'm doing this. You know, I'm not too bad, Brazil B. Hope you well. This is down to me why we beat Derby. Didn't watch the match. Was kept busy with my daughter watching Blippi. Yeah. Oh, the joys of being a dad. The moment you know you're a dad when you're watching Blippi or Cocomelon or one of those things. Millwall was a disaster. Millwall wasn't great. Yeah. Millwall we should have been a lot better in. But that's some of the games you're looking at and going, we should have taken a lot more points. But we are making we're going the right way. Millwall was a disaster. Danny doesn't strike me as the type to jump ship. From interviews he said, it is sounding like he wants to stay at Wednesday and try and finish the job and stuff. But I don't see him I don't see him with one that jumps ship. But the thing is, like Yeetby said, Southampton, a little bit close to his heart, knows the area, was the reason he managed to go and get the Bayern and eventually German jobs because of what he started doing there. So yeah, it's one of those ones I don't see it, and by all accounts, it sounds like Southampton are going with the look, we got to the Prem, let's pocket the money and go from there. And if we can do that, then great. Ian in Lodo, I hope you're well, mate. Hello, we need a win tomorrow. We do. Plenty of crowd. I think crowd noise is all going to come down to how the weather is. If it's pissing it down, you're going to be lucky. Hey, Pink, how many points do you think we'll pick up between now and Christmas? Good question, mate. Very good question. So let's have a look. I'm hoping 3 points tomorrow. 3, 1 there. 3 there, I hope. There's a potential of like 24 points, isn't there? I reckon the possible getting 15, maybe 18-ish before Derby. I think there's a lot we could get, but there's a game I thought we were going to get a lot during the period after the international break, and I thought we were going to end up getting maximum point from Cardiff. Like, to come away with 6 is really good. Anyone at the Derby game saw Danny with the fans when we snapped the win. I trust Danny to stay for a bit. Yep. My season ticket seats happen to be right under a tiny, teeny hole in the roof. Oh dear, that's not good. That's not fun. Right, let's have a look at, let's talk about it. Tomorrow game, 3 points or not. Like, you got to remember, form goes out the window at this point of the season as well. Because anyone can beat anyone that's shown in this league. And form goes out the window near Christmas. But Blackburn, let's have a look at the table. Blackburn are currently still trying to fight it. They're on 28 points. We're on 25. You never know. Preston are on 18 points. Oxford are also on 18 points. You're going 0-0 tomorrow. You know what? Preston fighting, I might take that. I might actually take that a little bit, but I'd like to still get a win because our home form is poor. Middlesbrough might be the toughest one of the period. I'll be disappointed if we do. Yep. I thought Middlesbrough. I think Middlesbrough and potentially Stoke Stoke is a difficult one. Preston are a bit like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, they really are. They really are. They're weird this year. They're not a team that you see and think, oh, they're going to do really well. They're more of a team that makes you go, oh, how's that game going to go? They don't, there's no confidence, let's put it that way, in it. I don't see confidence in it. Damn twitchy keys. It's all right. Like I said, yeah, it's a little bit of a case of seeing what happens in this one, because there's some really tough games. There's really tough game coming up, and especially with the weather changing, especially with how it is, I think we got to stay on the right progression and try and not get too high when the highs are high, and not get too low when the lows are low. Try and be quite grounded if we can, and that's difficult. That is a difficult thing to do. Early kickoff tomorrow. Early kickoffs are what they are now. I think it generally the way of the world now. I think we're gonna have more of them next season. And if the eventually 3 p.m. blackout comes up, I think you'll see more and more. It part of the deal the EFL did with Guy Plus to sort it. Oh, half 12 kickoffs are crap. The crap in it. Later, Dannington, have a good one, mate. Main thing is where part of it that makes football the spectacle, which is, yeah, the thing is, half 12 kickoffs doesn't give you much leeway for it. The only thing it gives you is, if you've had a really stinker, you can get home quicker and just put it to bed. But half 12 kickoffs stink. I hate them, but it's all for money. It's all for that guy money. And this is the thing that they gave, the EFL did. The EFL had a choice with the Guy Port deal. Guy Port Plus came, and that's why we got more half 12 kickoffs. Because the TV money controls it all. Anyone who doesn't think control TV money and the TV right don't control it, it's wrong. I think it's all down to who can pay the most. We are eventually going to go down the Netflix of football model. I think that's going to happen. I think if you look at this week, Amazon Prime had a lot of the games for the Prem. I think we could snatch 2-1 win tomorrow. Got to try and stay behind the lads though the whole game. Yep. Am I right in saying no, Obo? I believe Obo was a doubt for Preston. I believe he did say Obo was a doubt for Preston. He wasn't 100% sure that he wasn't going to be able to play. We have more early kickoffs than the Premier League, which is nuts. Oh, money. It's money. I've noticed after January the half 12 games haven't been announced yet. Will that be in due? It'll be done soon, mate. I think normally they wait until the FA Cup's got all their games out. Like the FA Cup game. January the 11th, 6 p.m. kickoff. What's that all about? A 6 p.m. kickoff. Because it being for international viewers. That's just nuts. Like, you look at some of the games, like there's a Thursday night game. There's a Friday night game. Then the Saturday. It's like, no. Like, the traditional time of football being kicked off at, say, I don't know, 3 o'clock on a Saturday. And now and again on a Sunday, it's gone. It's gone. But it's all money, cameras, all that kind of thing. Be nice if we got the money for having to put up with them. Yeah, that's true. 26 people watching, 13 likes. Get those likes up, people. I much appreciate it. Everything does help the algorithm to push it a little bit further to other people. But the thing is, I think we are getting more of those games. But if we are getting more half 12 kickoffs, we need to become better at being able to... we've got to start becoming better at being able to handle them. We have to handle the half 12 kickoff better, because we don't. We don't handle half 12 kickoff. And it means you got to bring in a new way of getting yourself ready for half 12 kickoff, if that makes sense. Who wants to be going to Coventry at 6, especially after Christmas? Exactly, mate. You couldn't have said it better myself. And it's Coventry again, which is annoying. I was so annoyed when I saw that draw, because it's just a crap draw. It was just a really crap draw. I like to have McNeil play tomorrow and then give him a loan on January. Well, talking of McNeil,
give us McNeil.
There you go. Gives a chance. When somebody said McNeil, we get the give it McNeil soundboard. Yeah, it's one of them where I do look at what we do with it. It could be good. At least we won't have to put up with a replay. Oh, they grabbed them, haven't they? They got replay now, haven't they? The first round replay. Because now if it gets to full time, is it extra and then penalties? They grabbed the replays, haven't they? Which I get it. It's their way of going, well, this is what we're going to give you to not playing as much football, kind of thing. It's their way of a compromise to all the people, all the players going, we're playing too much. That's why they grab replays. But I like the replay. I thought replays were part of the English tradition. I thought replays were decent. I thought they were good. Generally, I thought replays really helped little clubs. I think with replay going, you could see some clubs just not get that opportunity anymore, especially if they're going against some bigger clubs. Who do you think will be trying to have for new signings? I'd like to still go and try and be in with a shout for Louis Barry. Not too sure if we will. I think that there's John Cahill going after Ronnie Edwards at Southampton, just with how well we've done with Shea Charles. I think if you get two lads from Southampton they're in, I mean, that would help really well. But I think we've got 3 loan spots. So we've got 3 positions to get. So centre-back, attacking mid, which is what Louis Barry is, and a little bit of a winger. And maybe, controversially, I don't know if you go get another striker to help with the situation with the goals. Or do you try and block up your defence so it's a little less leaky? It's like, it's one of those ones, you either go 2 centre-backs and a striker, or you get a centre-back mid and striker, and that's your lot. I don't know. But I'd like to see us in with a shout with Barry. I think Barry will be good. The lad from Brighton will be nice. Which one? Which lad from Brighton? There's lots of them. I love replay, just not against Coventry. Haha, yeah. Replay gives small teams. Oh yeah, this helped so many smaller teams in the past survive. The replays have been the only reason that kept clubs going. While I do agree with you about replays, seeing many small clubs get a late equaliser, take it to each play and get battered and potentially could have won on penalty. Yeah, but also at the same time, a replay, especially if it's a get away from home, they get more of the TV money if it gets picked and tally. It's a tough one. I get both sides. I get both sides of the replay, but the penalties, they win on penalties, and great. But 9 times out of 10, are they going to win on penalties against the Prem team? We'll find out. It could prove it's going to be in the pudding. Hey, Bob 123, how are you, mate? Yeah, both been postponed. Makes sense. The wind there is absolutely dreadful. So Plymouth will have a game in hand. So will Oxford and whoever Cardiff are playing. Evan Ferguson, not a cat and mouse chance. Evan Ferguson's going to stay in the Prem. I love to get him in. I think Evan Ferguson's a great player. The only way he drops down to the Championship is if he go into one of the top 3, maybe top 6. You go to a Burnley, a United, a Leeds, a Sunderland. That's the only way I see it. Maybe a middle push. I don't see him dropping to the Championship. I can see him staying in the Prem if they loan him anywhere. But you never know. Things have been different. But it's weird that he's not getting any kind of chance though. He's properly been frozen out, but he has had a couple of injuries in the past, hasn't he? So it makes sense on that sense. But I'd like to see it say we were in with a cat. If we got a window where we get Evan Ferguson in, Louis Barry, and Ronnie Edwards, I'd be happy with that. I'd be like, that's a fantastic window. I'm happy with that. You go. Jack Grealish. Yeah. I'd be happy with that. But our saving grace, as daft as it sounds, we have a good relationship with Brighton. They've seen what we've done with, say, James Beadle. We have a relationship there with Beadle. I wouldn't say it's not, I'd say it's unlikely, but it's not out of the room of possibility if we did it. But you would have to say they take all the wages, everything, and we just see what he does. A striker like that would be great, but is it the kind of striker we need? Would you say that's kind of what we're looking at with a McNeil? Because Ferguson's, what, 19? How old is he? Is he 19 or is he 20? He's 20. So him and McNeil are about same age. I think the only thing he got over McNeil is slightly bulked up. That's about it. It's going to be interesting what we do. My mate said Evan Ferg, when I said Evan Ferg, I was shocked if I will show some. It will be a proper statement. I won't lie, it will be a proper statement. But I don't know. I generally don't. I like it. Don't get me wrong. If you could get him, I love it. I love it to happen, but I don't see it. Like, again, Arsenal looking at him. West Ham are told that they could get him. This is it. West Ham, Arsenal, Forest have been on his radar. All these are Prem clubs. Leicester. They're all Prem clubs. So I don't see it. Like that's the thing for me. It would be nice to have Chansiri gone. I'm not just saying that because I want someone to afford the money, but if we get to the Prem 1 or 2 seasons this time, I doubt Chansiri will. He wouldn't have a choice though, mate. He would have to try and fund it because he would get the big TV money. He would have to try and find a way of funding it. Because there's no point going up if you're not going to try and give it a go. My mate don't support when they support Man U and Docky. Fair enough. But yeah, I think you gotta be careful with that one because I won't lie, I want Chansiri, like most people, to, if he can't fund to run us, go. Because each time something like with HMRC happens or you see the ticket prices, it gets higher and higher. The stadium gets lower and lower attendance because people can't afford it. I think that's a little bit of a case of football in general, though. There's a lot of people who can't afford what football is now these days. They just can't. It's getting stupidly expensive. Shirts, ticket sales. Then you got, if you want to watch, you can't make a Tuesday game. Then you got the price of buying a subscription or having a full-on Sky package. It's expensive. But watching football these days is expensive, and it doesn't help when our tickets are so high. And there's got to be a reason why our tickets are high. Is it to make money that we're not making elsewhere? We can all say we could do X, Y, and Z. None of us have ever done it. Like run a football club. Granted, Chansiri hadn't. But there'll be a couple of people who run businesses who would have gone, that'd be decent. Also, Arsenal, Evan Ferguson's out. They're not going to look at him now. I've just seen that. But if West Ham, maybe Forest could look at him. But the thing is, for me, even if we got up, Chansiri would really struggle to give a reason why he's not funded the team. Because he would have had to fund it slightly to get us up there. He would have to give a big reason. Is it really that difficult? It is when we don't have it is when we don't have the right people doing like commercial deals. That's the thing. Like, I don't get why in the season we went up, we were all over the place due to that Peterborough game. We could have marketed ourselves to a lot bigger audience, but we didn't. We don't take advantage of that. Like, we could have got some very big deals done on sponsorship in the past. And some of them we blamed on fans because of social media, which I did believe at the time, and I still believe, but I also now take that with a grain of salt because every fan base has got a really bad attitude on social media. Not just us. There's other fans that are just like us and sometimes worse. It goes back to not having that footballing contact where somebody can come in and do it. I think that commercially we should be doing a lot better. Like our commercial deals are either local, like really local companies, where unless you're from Sheffield, you use them, or the bizarre companies that we've never heard of, like the one we got at a minute. Like the one we got at a minute. For some reason, in my head, I still feel like that. It feels like this is you built all the things at a training ground. We'll do this. Like, let's have a look. An LED. If you want a pre-match LED full wrap on the pitch, it's 1,500. If you want an in-game one, it's $6,000. If you want one at halftime, it's $3,000. That's just the LED boards, right? If you want to become club partners, our club partners this year, Mr. Vegas, Macron, Muckaba, Multiple, Blue Steel. Blue Steel Chancery has a hand in. If a company are happy to put but it's money. It's money though, mate. They have to have a percentage how much they're going to pay to do it. 9 times out, a sponsorship is a payment. They'll go, hey, we'll pay you this amount to do it. But it's people on Millwall shirts. The Hershey's, American brand. They've had American ownership. That's why. Chancery, obviously. The Herb Group, if anyone's heard of that. MKM, we know that is Vizu. Mollison Colours. We got We Buy Any Car, One Caller, Just Eat, Agent Credit Management, Forby Breweries, Ola Pro, Dexter. It's like some of them are really good. Like the latest one, carmat.co.uk. Carmat.co.uk. It's random. It's like really, really random. Bro, like if you want a full page advert for a season package to be in our program, it's $4,000 plus VAT for all 23 league games. $4,000 plus that. I don't know what other people's are. It's like Chante doesn't want us back up there with Danny managing. We have every chance to Prem Olive. I think he's going, but everything that I've tried to find out about him doesn't say that, mate. If he was going bust, he wouldn't have been able to get Danny in. How did he get Danny in if he's going bust? He wouldn't have been able to do it. He wouldn't have been able to keep Danny in the summer. Granted, some of the signing for free, but he wouldn't have been able to keep Danny. Find the evidence that he's going bust and present it. Because it's a very big thing to say going bust if you need evidence to show it. And the thing is, it's very difficult to find anything on what his financials are. It's really hard. I've tried to look at stuff. Like, I'm just going to do something that makes me go, ugh, sick. History, commercial, advertising. Here you go. Right. Commercial brochure. Oh God, it's a brochure. Let me have a look at it then. Sheffield United. I don't care. Just give me your... Like Sheffield United, they got an entire brochure that they put in front of people for match day sponsorship, right? The match day sponsor, the most expensive match day sponsor is 3,700. Program sponsor, it's 3,500. Their cheapest is $2,000. A match ball sponsor is $4,000, $3,000. Player sponsorship, 1,200. Like, this is the thing. LED, like, we had this. Right, for mid-tier adverts, 1,000. This is the thing. It's the pricing. Our pricing is so expensive. Like, that's the thing. There's no... This is the thing that I want people to understand. I think our pricing is something I need to... A full-page ad, like, $4,000. I think it was 3.5 at the other thing. Social media advertising, you just have to, like, get in touch with that one. Static board. To do a static board, it's 3,000 a month. 3,000 for the year. And that's throughout the season. This is the thing. I don't know if this is cheap or not, kind of thing. But it's something that you look at it and you can wonder why some people might go, oh, that's a bit of my budget. if you're a very good run company, you can put the money in, be fine. But you look at the people who are doing it, who have sponsorship, they're not well-known brands, kind of thing. Some are, some are not. Like, what's this? Alpha Jobs. This is a mid-tier business advisory firm, but it looks like it's based around things. This is the thing. These are like things you look at and you go, where are the big name sponsors? Like Justy probably views you Mr. Vegas now because they're all on telly. It things like that I just go, are these the right things you want to be doing? Like we got another beverage company. You know what I mean? Those little things that I look at and I go, are these the right kind of sponsorships you want to be trying to do and trying to get done? And I don't know. I don't know. Like generally, I don't know. I like your thoughts on it. If that was the case, like, a lot are local companies. A lot of them are local companies. So maybe it's a case we have to reach out more to other companies. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know what that side of the club is like. And that's something I generally don't know. Like, if you look at the advertising, we should have like a brochure, like some done to go, this is what you get, this is what we're doing. But like I said, I am got to forget how we would do it, kind of thing. Like if you want like the package or the thing, you could book it. But yeah, it's all up to you. It's how you would do it. Anyone who got any insight into this, I'd love to know, because I don't know what's a good deal or not with it. Hard chat. Yeah, technically yes. He's a director of Blue Steel. Yeah, he's a director of Blue Steel. Give me a minute. Yeah, he's a director in the energy drink. There you go. Hang on a minute. Let me find it. Hang on. Yeah. I'll find them in the company house. There we go. Is that it? Filing history, people. That's not it. Hold on. Let me find it. So I know DC got a stake in it. No. Come on, Jake. Bell. Hang on a minute. It's weird. If you do company house, there's so many different businesses he's got. Some just don't have employees as well. Greater Manchester, that's the one. He is the director of it. Yep. Blue Steel Beverages. Deshaun Chanseri is a director of the thing. So yeah, he got a stake in it somewhere, being a director. So yeah, it's things like that. I don't know. It's things that you look at, and when you go digging down company house, it's interesting. I hear Jack has an advertising budget to burn. Take it. Get all the players that have Jags of all the cars for the players then. It's not a bad shout, mate. It's like, it's not a bad shout. It's just, where do you do it? That's the thing. That's my thing for you. It's where you do it, how you get it sorted, and it's a difficult one. I'd like us to have a bit more well-known sponsorship, but that comes down to club level. Elite Jaguars, I think they're literally yeah, true. Yeah, the whole thing with that is interesting. Who are commercially, like, who are their partners this year? 'Cause I know they were sponsored by Hershey's for a while, weren't they? Play kit. Where is it? What are they sponsored? They are sponsored by a payment at this season. As much as I hate Chante with passion, I do think if we have fans show our support, our players, I think we'll be. I genuinely think they'll do. I think you've got to take what's ever going off the pitch out of it, because nothing you can do about it. It's very, very simple. There's nothing we can do about what's going on the pitch, off the pitch. We tried to do that, it failed. We tried to have the protest, we tried to do that, it's not worked. He's staying here, regardless how anyone thinks. And there's not a damn thing we can do about it. He's a businessman, and unless we show support and players want to win, he will back us, right? True. Yeah, true. If the players show the right backing, he'll put his stuff behind us. But again, I don't want to have another season where I have another situation where I'm covering HMRC bill not being paid. And granted, he did pay it eventually. But that's something you need to make sure it gets done. It's the kind of thing I can see the EFL stamping on us for at some point, going, well, you've not paid this on time and you're not doing what you did last year. You're going to pay it on time or we're going to dock you 3 points. I can see it. I can just genuinely see it. And the thing is, we have to be careful with things like that, because we don't want to be in that position. We don't want to be in a position where we're giving someone like the EFL ammunition to go at us. Like, the one good thing DEC did, in one sense, was get Danny in. Eventually, you got to remember, Danny was the second interview to Munoz. Munoz got in because he had experience in the championship, and he got Watford promoted. He tried to go with that. Didn't work. Then went back and interviewed Danny. Danny got the job. Great, fantastic. Danny building something. Danny is a new manager with a lot of stuff to prove. He's got ambition. His ambition won't just lie with Wednesday, but if he can get us there, it gives his stock a bit of a higher profile. So, for me, I think there's some things that I find really irritating with DC, and there's sometimes things that I go, I couldn't do what he'd done. I think most of them couldn't do what he'd done, but we still have to be able to have our say without, maybe sometimes it can get a bit controversial, but at the end of the day, he owns it. He owns us. That is the straight facts of it all. He owns us. And there's nothing we can do about it. So a lot of Leeds fans I speak to at times, they told me that they got told that they were in for coming in at Wednesday of being a match day shirt sponsor, and then when they went up into thingy, it's interesting because there was a lot of talk about investment a couple of months ago, and that gone completely flat. Turning on people and players hasn't helped the last 30 years. It's time to knuckle down and help. We win at the excuse me. We win as a fan base. We lose as a fan base. And that's how we do. The team win together, they lose together. Somebody might have made a mistake, but it's a team game. And that's the thing for me. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. It's been a good one. There'll be a review tomorrow, about, give it 5-10 minutes after the game. There'll be a review tomorrow. We'll get that done. Keep an eye on early morning as well, because I will do the team sheet. It'll be up at about 11 o'clock. It'll be on the YouTube shorts that I've been doing. So I've been doing YouTube short, and I'll just go through the team news, say who, and then go from there. And hopefully, it's 3 points and a start of a very busy week. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Keep safe. Keep warm. And if you do have to go out, just please be safe. That storm is looking like it's going to be absolutely battering. Dex is streaming that game. That's a Dex game. Let me just find it. So if you want to go watch it, you can do. Copy. I won't be streaming it, but Dex will be. Dex will be doing a watch along. at time the game is out. I cannot see where he put the time up though. He set it. I can see it set, but yeah, Deck will be streaming that one, and then we'll be doing the usual stuff. But thank you guys, much appreciated. Have a good one and be safe. Wrap up warm, and if you have to go out, like I said, just be careful. See you in the next one, guys. He's only left. What he does load out. He takes it down and then re-puts it up for members, and then he does let it. He does let you watch it live. I love driving in the snow and storms. I'll be there. Evening, fella. Going late. Hope you're good. I'm not too bad, mate. Have a good one, green fingers. But yeah, I'm good. I'm still a bit bunged up. Right, I'm gonna go and watch some TV, and I'll speak to you in a bit. So I'll speak to you later. Bye.